I will walk up the steps and show you the couch in the living room. You see the mirror on the wall, and you see Grandpa holding the camera. One wall is all full of glass, mirrors, and now you see the couch.
I was the first grandson, and my grandfather absolutely adored me.
He was running all around.
When I was 10 years old, he sent me a video and all the things that he wanted me to remember.
This, I forgot to show you this.
Of all the treasures of his house.
This is where Grandpa sits when he comes home from work and watches the television. What do we see here? Whose little face is this? It says Jason, Jason, when he was small. We see here one of Grandpa's favorite pictures. There's Grandpa Herbie holding Jason. Here's Mommy holding you. Grandpa Herbie holding Jason when he was 3 years old. Jason, you reach the major crossroads in life. You move from the circle of childhood to the circle of manhood. A bar mitzvah and a teenager all at once. Be a man of peace. Recognize all faiths. Be a human crutch for those who fall. Break bread with the needy. Be a Mensch. A Mensch is a person whose body contains all the goodness of humanity. And keep giving back to your fellow man. Be that always. Mazel tov. I love you.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov.
I didn't know what to think when he gave me a blessing. This was the first time he had ever told me directly to be something.
I ask you both to step forward and open your tummy tote.
My bar mitzvah was a rite of passage for both of us, because I was his second chance.
My brother and I, we were very close. He had a penchant for getting into trouble when he was younger. And every time he got into trouble, they didn't call for my mother, they called for me. He would get himself into so many difficult situations. I was the only one who knew.
Grandpa was always busy. He was always out of the house, and I didn't really connect with him that much, except that I knew he would do big jobs, sometimes in New York City.
When I was young, I don't remember the age, my dad took me in the bathroom, and there was a heating unit. He opened it up, and he said, it was money. It's a lot of money there, and he said, don't tell Ruth, don't tell your mother. And I wanted something, and Herb said to me, no, that's not my money. I didn't quite understand that. Of course, I was to learn as I got older that was the gambling money, and gambling money was not his money to spend.
I don't know whether I gambled for the agony or the ecstasy. I don't know which thrilled me more. When I came to the track and I took the escalator, the stairway to the stars, with a pocket full of green. Then I was king. This was my domain. I was the great handicapper. I could take all the dots and spots, and I was the encoder. I could take all this code, and I could come up with something that nobody's seen in their life. I had to be there because I wanted the action.
Herbie wasn't in debt for a lot, but the time he took away from his family, he had a terrible marriage. He was a terrible father. And he wanted to be better, but the gambling just killed him.
My mother threatened to leave him, Ruth threatened to leave him. She had just reached a point where she could not deal with his gambling, and that was what I had heard. And she had said she just couldn't live this way anymore. And he loved her, and he was afraid of losing her.
He stopped talking about betting and gambling and stuff like that. It was really a complete change in him. I couldn't get over it.
And I think that he finally felt that he could look himself in the mirror and like the person he saw. Because he would always say that he had a black heart.
My name is Herb K. I'm a compulsive gambler. I gamble to live and I live to gamble. I have a tremendous desire. I came off the canvas of life. I lay flat. In 1966, I was gasping for air. For all intent and purposes, I was done for. I always say I never had little kids. I marvel at people that take their children out in the playground or maybe to a circus or to a zoo. I was always pinned to a TV screen. I never went any place while there was a ball game on. Herb K didn't care. Herb K, the selfish, self-centered, compulsive gambler. I only cared about me. Well, next Saturday's Halloween, and little baby Jason is flying in. Man, my thoughts have been about him. I get choked when I talk about this little guy. Really choked. Because, you know, now when you look at the map of life, it's full of spots. And there's a tiny little spot out there that's Herb K. He's there. Because I'm a functioning human being that could give of himself. Thanks for listening.
After my grandfather died, I went back to his house, and there wasn't much left. So you have to be true to yourself, because it's your problems and your desires that bring you peace.